Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to FTRL. Tonight we are racing around Goodwood Motor Circuit, and it's the GT2 boys. So we are heading into qualifying. My name is Unsafe Release, and right next to me in the booth should be the one and only SBY. Should be. Ah, now he just joined the party. So, yeah. Good evening, SBY or Sean. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah. Good evening, Unsafe Release or Phil.
Yeah.
Very good, thank you, mate. Very good. How are you?
Glad you're joining. I was wondering. Just saw you joining in the lobby, and then I was wondering, like, where, if you're actually joining the party.
I made it. I made it. Wouldn't miss this. Wouldn't miss Goodwood.
Nobody wants to miss the lawn mowing action, as we are just on board with with Switchback. But he's not the first on track. Let me just check. Should be. No, it's actually it's Switchback. So let's go on board with him for a lap around Goodwood, as he's heading the field. Just under 6 minutes left in this qualifying session. Already mentioned the lawn mowing action that we are witnessing tonight. Lots of cross, lots of runoff around the black tarmac, and we will see a lot of guys, struggling.
Yes, and the chicane to look out for at the end as well.
So then, Switchback, just starting a lap, heading into turn 1. That is a very tricky right-hander, maybe just a little bit off throttle, and heading down to the fastest section of the track. The next right-hander is just a small kink, Fort Water, and then the complex of right and left kink of St. Mary's. Yeah, also just a little bit off throttle, then hardly braking into turn 4, I think it is. A little bit up the hill. Another hard braking zone into the right-hander called Levant, if I'm spelling that correct. Onto the Levant straight. So we're expecting lap times around 1 minute 13.8, maybe 14. Let's see. And now the last right-hander, Woodcote.
So tricky, this corner.
Kind of a double apex there, and then heading into the tricky chicane. As you can see, the barriers very that's it for Switchback. Already finding himself in the barrier there, finishes lap in the 1 minute 15.1, but yeah, surely we will accept, surely should be seeing better lap times. As you can see, lap times dropping some. Currently provisional pole, just slightly ahead of Gravity. Houdini's Wi-Fi, Switchback, Devil's Nightmare. Oh, just Mikey has set a very good lap time. So yeah, what do you expect from tonight?
It's always difficult. Always difficult to predict Goodwood. You never know what's going to happen. Never. So we will see. We'll see what happens in qualifying the last sort of 4 minutes. I'll expect at least somebody to dip into the 13s, possibly. I've just seen Paul in the chat saying T. Smith has done a 12.1, 12.9 in practice. We don't need that sort of GT1 nonsense here.
Wow. Well, I don't know how to do that.
This is GT2. We have sensible people with hopes and dreams and lives, not 12.9s. So we'll see what happens.
Wow, that's a proper good lap time. Yeah, I'm just in the 13.3 is my fast lap I can do around here, but it's on like lap 14 or 15. Let's see. So Som still on provisional pole, but he improves his lap time. Gets a nice tow from Houdini's Wi-Fi ahead of him.
Ooh, Mikey going very close.
Yeah. So, but that's also a very, kind of a key now here to gain some slipstream from the guys ahead of you. Like Houdini's Wi-Fi is getting a nice tow from Switchback, so does Som from Houdini's Wi-Fi. And further down we have Mikey just 600s behind Som in P2 for the moment. Aaron in P3, just under 2 minutes left. Chunky Sport, Houdini's Wi-Fi, Switchback, Jonesy, and we have a new addition to GT2. It's Wesker from Austria. So filling up the spots tonight. Might become a full-time driver if we expect to see some more guys. Yeah, having some absence or can't race actually. Let's find about it. How he's doing currently, 7/10 behind Nobby Norris in P12. Surely about to improve as he hits the barrier.
He's so close to getting that right as well. That would have been a faster lap for him, I think. That's a shame. He's still got time to put 2 more laps in though. So
yeah, and maybe now can set himself behind Jonesy, get a nice tow down the straight. And Mikey now crossing the line. Let's see if he's about to improve. No, he was down on this time.
Still's on then. Not long to go now.
So who's on for a fastest? Let's go on board with Switchback. As he's heading into sector 3. No, let's zoom through. Give some space.
Chunky Sport going over the line. I was just going to say Chunky Sport going over the line. He's just at a 1:34, so we'll move away from him.
Let me check. Nobby Norris. No, Wesker.
Som's going to be next to round.
Yeah.
He's pushed it wide.
Wow.
That won't be a fastest lap for him.
Okay, so but still 1 lap to go. Still a lot of chance to improve his lap time. Mikey, let's keep an eye on him. Well, it's very surprising to see actually, just Mikey after his first win 2 race weeks ago. Yeah, improved himself quite a lot. Found himself some good pace.
Yeah, qualifying is going to be key tonight, so he's in a good position. Devil's Nightmare getting himself up to 5th at the moment.
Yeah, and also just 1/10 behind Aaron.
Comes Chunky Sport over the line looking to improve, but he's not going to. I think that might be everyone.
Jonesy also finished qualifying, and he's currently in P9. Wesker for some reason is in the pits.
Okay, so we've got a few more on the final lap.
Some white again in the last right-hander and completely smashes the car into the barrier of the chicane. So that won't be an improvement. Let me check. I think Switchback is coming. No, Houdini's Wi-Fi.
Good lap from Switchback. He's got to do it.
Yeah, and there is pole 1 minute 1:14.1.
Oh, here comes Aaron. Gotta be Aaron. Oh, there it is.
What a banker. So here's your pole sitter for the night. Also Gravity improves himself on a 1 minute 14.6.
Oh, he saved that too late, didn't he? Just looking through his other laps, he was nowhere near on any other lap. Fastest lap for that was a 1:14.6.
So that's another statement here by Aaron again tonight. Holds pole position 3/10 ahead of Switchback, Som in P3, Mikey P4, Gravity, David's Nightmare, Chunky Sport, Houdini's Wi-Fi, Jonesy, Nexus Cats, Nobby Norris and Wesker.
I bet Som's got it, I bet he thought he had that.
Yeah, and I'm not too sure. I mean, we have 1 minute...
I did say we'd see under a 1:14, so... There we go.
So now that Wesker also crossed the line, I think he was staying in the pits and we had to wait till the time runs out, but no, here we go. Race
so the rest of the grid has got to do something to catch these two.
Absolutely. So who's your money on for the race run tonight for the first win?
It's got to be Aaron purely because he's out in front. It's just
absolutely.
Yes, you'll get the toe down the straight, but it's still going to be difficult to stay in front round here. I think whoever starts first is going to have a good advantage.
But I
the
think
same car as Switchback, so should see decent starts off the line.
Like in Sardinia, we might see some huge FTRL train. So Aaron gets off the line very quickly, and Som already on the inside of Switchback heading into turn 1.
There's immediately contact behind between Mikey and Gravity. Just keep it on the track round the first corner, lads. I think everybody's made it through. Yeah.
Yeah, but now on the straight, Mikey and Gravity side by side with the little bit better top speed here from the Hyundai. Mikey passes Gravity, finds himself in P4, and some couldn't make the move stick on switchback.
Oh, we've got some grass cutting. It's Junkie Sport.
Oh!
I know he's getting on a bit, but it's a bit early for gardening.
Yeah, and Houdini's Wi-Fi is slowing down, so I'm not too sure if there's contact between the teammates.
He's not had the best of luck recently, has Houdini, so yeah, that's a shame. But they still are somehow with the pack still, just about.
So now here's the race leader, Aaron, just under 4/10 ahead of switchback. Storm P3. And then a slightly bigger gap now evolving here from P3 to P4. Oh, Mikey hit the barrier! Ah, come on, that's unfortunate. So taking advantage out of that is David's Nightmare, who finds himself in P4 for the moment.
There was lots of people going wide at that penultimate corner before the chicane. Gap.
Oh, and Gravity, Nexus gets both wide into turn 1. I'm not too sure if there was contact between those guys. Now Wesker, the new guy for GT2 in P8, battling hard here with Houdini's Wi-Fi side by side. Some paint exchanged, liveries exchanged on the straight. Contact here, door handle on door handle, I would say. At the front, nothing has changed unless, yeah, okay. Aaron just got himself a time penalty. I'm not too sure how he can do that around Goodwood, but still.
Zom and Switchback, if they're sensible, they will work together for a bit. They've got a good gap behind them, but 2 seconds to Aaron in front. No, Zom's got to go for the move.
Yeah, I was going to say it would be a very nice move now to work together, but no, Zom doesn't want to yield. Wants to get into P2 as quickly as possible, but
it's giving Aaron another second.
Yeah, switchback doesn't let him go that easily, so the gap is now increasing to 3 seconds already. Yeah, that's right. But still, kind of a good job here. Now Devil's Nightmare under pressure from just Mikey. He's shown a very good qualifying performance again, but now needs to keep his head down in the race. Passes Devil's Nightmare here on the straight into turn 3 and 4. So job done, very good stuff. Further down we have Jonesy in a lonely P6 for the moment, followed by
Oh, Mikey's off.
Oh, Mikey. Just want to give him a tap on the shoulder, but I also want to punch him in the face. Doing such ridiculous things again. Gives me Sardinia flashbacks. So yeah, another dominant performance here from Aaron, but yeah, he's in the grass for the moment, losing just a couple of tenths. Switch back behind, Storm in P3. Oh, and there's a nice battle here between Houdini's Wi-Fi and Norris for P6. Now that Mikey found himself in the grass, gets past Norris again. Do you mind going through the current standings whenever the race is settled a bit?
Yeah, so as I said, the rest of the pack's got it all to do to catch up with Aaron and Switchback. So at the minute, and this is 3 weeks in, so not too many races under the belt, but it's a short season. So after tonight, we're going to be halfway through. Aaron leading the standings at the minute on 114 as next to Cats at the background, just
it's very wide, yeah. Just on board with him, yeah.
Switchback now 6 points behind Aaron after Aaron picked up a second place, first place, and a first place last week inside Edinburgh. So Aaron's 6 points to clear of Switchback in first, and then it's another 16 points back to Junkie Sport in third, and Gravity just behind him. And neither of those have had the best of starts tonight. So at the minute, it's looking like those two are going to be the ones battling for the title, but we will see. A bit further down the table, there's battles all over the place. Mikey and Houdini's Wi-Fi probably the closest, just a point between the two of them. And Constructors' table, it's again, it's Team Aaron versus Team Switchback. So Aaron's team 11 points in the lead at the minute from Switchback, but Junkie Sports team not too far behind either.
Yeah, and as you can see, Switchback is closing the gap to Aaron.
Here he comes.
So just under 9/10, and Aaron carrying a penalty. But shouldn't be too much of a struggle. You can get rid of the penalty quite easily around here. But yeah, Switchback is closing the gap, which is good for the race and good for the championship, because Switchback needs every point he can get and snatch away from Aaron.
Oh, there's a yellow flag. Zom's off. Zom's off.
That's unfortunate.
It's a shame. It's going to be passed by 3 cars here. You literally just have to keep it on the track rounds here, and you will be good for at least a top half finish.
Yeah, that's the main target. Just keep it off the grass, and you will be good.
I mean, that's Houdini's Wi-Fi up to 5th, and he went off on the first corner. So.
Yeah, still like just under 14 minutes left in this race, so everything can happen. Houdini's Wi-Fi very close to the back of Jonesy, coming down the first right-hander. It's a very good run out of the turn 1, and now it's just a straight line battle between Mustang and Lexus, and Mikey in P6 just waiting for those guys to battle it out and maybe take an advantage if they do an error or something like that.
Jonesy's going to stick it in. Oh.
Yeah, and Mikey just sees the chance, but there's no space left to make the move stick. So Dean's Wi-Fi currently defends from P4, and now the battle for P5 is getting tense between Jonesy and Mikey. Some after he's made this mistake, closing in again. Further down we have Floppy Norris in P8, Junkie Sport, Wesker, Gravity and Nexus Cats in P12.
Gap at the front just closing down again by half a second. Aaron running slightly wide out of the chicane. So back to 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, and also very impressive fastest lap for the moment, 1 minute 13.7. So I think pole was even slower. It's something like 13.8 if I remember correctly. So putting him some very fast lap times here between Aaron and Switchback. Devil's Nightmare, very good job from him, currently running on the podium spots here in P3. But the closest battle we have on track so far is between Jonesy and Mikey, also Som now joining the party.
Switchback has crept back into slipstream range at the front. Here he comes.
Oh, interesting. Will he go for the move into the right-hander or just waiting for the back straight?
Take his time, I think. Lots of time left. He'll just be able to sit in the slipstream now. Maybe wait for Aaron to make a mistake like that.
There is the mistake, yeah. There goes Aaron White onto the grass as they head into the finish straight.
Does it give Switchback another run? He's going to go for it.
Oh, side by side into the right-hander, into turn 1, and Switchback finds himself in the lead of the race. So very good stuff here from Switchback, kept his head down, just following the leader, waiting for some arrows from Aaron, and there it is, the race lead for Switchback.
Hold it, Mikey, hold it! Oh, just about. Did better than Nobby Norris.
Yeah, so another mistake from Mikey gives Junkie Sport P7. Just keep it on the black stuff, Mikey. So, and now Jonesy closed in the gap on Houdini's Wi-Fi again. So now we have a nice group of 5 here battling for P4. Maybe, especially around Goodwood, sometimes it's not the best to go for a move whenever you can. Maybe you just stay in the slipstream of the guy ahead of you and go for a move maybe on the last or penultimate lap.
Oh, must have been another mistake from Aaron, because he is now 1.8 seconds off Switchback, a lap of 1:17.1. Not been a good lap for Aaron.
And not a good lap from Jonesy as well, so he found himself in the runoff just in sector 3, going wide on the tarmac.
Even worse at the back is Gravity, who's had an absolute nightmare on lap 7. Don't know what happened to him, but he's had a 124.
And he's off the track again. Yeah, currently just under 7 seconds behind the pack. And yeah, remember, whoever finishes in P7 will start the race on pole, the second race on pole. And here, I think Mikey must have made a mistake again. Drops down to P9.
In 9th. Yeah.
Come on, Mikey.
Junkie Sport is wide, Zom's going past him. Maybe. Yeah, he's got him. That's Zom back up to P5.
So now that Zom passed Junkie Sport, he's going for a Junkie Sport teammate just ahead of him, but the Lexus seems like he's got better straight line speed and easily passes the Renault Megane on the straight. Back into P5, but runs a little bit wide. Too late on the brakes. Nice side-by-side battle here between Zom and Junkie Sport. Through the chicane. Oh, that was very close. And Turismo Wi-Fi ahead of them made a mistake coming out of the chicane. So now Zom was kind of in a Lexus sandwich, but finds himself in P4. I think Turismo Wi-Fi just realized Junkie Sport has better pace and let him through. And yeah, look at that, Jonesy in P7 for the moment. Just settle in and take advantage for going pole into the second race of tonight. Further down, Mikey and Nobby Norris. Wesker just 1.2 seconds behind Nobby Norris. We already had Wesker joining, I think it was season... When we had the, can you remember when we had the career mode season? Was it season 11 or 12?
I want to say season 12.
I think it was season 12, yeah, when we started with the karting and made our way through the various classes. I think Wesker joined for the first race and then he already left after week 1, the first week. So let's see if he is about to stick around for quite a longer time now. And I'm very impressed by Devil's Nightmare in P3.
Yeah, he is keeping it, not going to jinx him, but he's keeping it very solid at the minute. We saw this from him last week. He's capable of putting in a really good, dependable performance. So he's doing the same again, and he's well clear in third. So all he has to do is see this through the last sort of 6 laps for a podium.
That's right, yeah.
Great result for him if he can pull that off.
I mean, just under 7 minutes left. He's got like 8.4 seconds of a gap to Aaron, so no chance to improve himself, I would say. But now he has to keep an eye on Zom approaching from behind. Gap is 3.7 seconds.
Switchback is purple going into the final sector, so not giving Aaron much hope at the moment.
Yeah, still pushing, and oh, that was very close with the barrier there again.
Yeah, slow right down there.
Gap is coming down.
The gap between these two really is ebbing and flowing. They're both fast, but neither of them able to quite put together a string of perfect laps at the minute. Little mistakes here and there.
Yeah, race pace, if you compare it, like Switchback is doing something like 14.4, there's even lap 9, 15.5, so lost quite a time there, 15.1, 14.0, 14.1, and Aaron behind is doing more consistent lap times, I would say, apart from lap 8, where he had like a little bit off with the 17.1. But yeah, Aaron not giving up, keeping up the good stuff. Devil's Nightmare, as just mentioned, in P3, and there's another battle here unfolding between Junkie Sport, Zom and Turismo Wi-Fi, so yeah, I think Zom now in the sandwich of the Lexus guys. Currently leading by Junkie Sport in P4, Zom, Turismo Wi-Fi. There was a overtake for P7, Nobby Norris and Jonesy battling out P1 for the next race. Oh, Switchback must have made a mistake. He lost the lead, and yeah, there he is, Aaron leading the race again. I think it was the chicane. So, but now Switchback just keep the head down, even though he's out of slipstream. And there's battles everywhere. I mean, Storm is battling with the Lexus guys, Jonesy is battling with Nobby Norris, back in P7 again. Mikey in a lonely P9 now after he's had quite a little bit of an eventful first race. Could have been quite a better result, but yeah, that's Goodwood.
Just enjoying Junkie Sports' latest livery effort. The retro sweet theme going on.
Yeah, very tasty livery as ever. Just know Junkie Sport. When it comes to liveries, you might go for Junkie Sport. Always wonderful stuff he's creating.
Oh, Houdini's Wi-Fi just dropping off a bit more, so I'm just clunk that chicane again. It's giving Zom a bit of breathing room.
And let me just go through the comments. Good evening, John. Madman is in the chat. Good to see you, Peteman. Paul, aka Pagani, Lee, schönen Abend, guten Abend. David Whiting in the chat, good evening. Sai is in the chat. Yeah, just confirming Smith doing 12.9, so T-Smith needs to get alive. And Lee just dropped a message. Wesker's doing a solid job for his first week. Absolutely, yeah. He finds himself in a battle here with cats. Side by side through the S's. Enough space left between the guys. Very good stuff. Cats.
Yeah. Jonesy now coming under pressure for that 7th place from Nobby Norris. Just 3/10 between them.
Yeah, they both just battling for throughout the whole race. Who's going for the pole for the second race of the evening?
Oh, Devil's Nightmare's made his mistake.
Oh no!
He's come off at the final chicane. He's been overtaken by Junkie Sport for the podium. He's going to stick with him though, so he's still going to have a chance to get it back before the end of the race. Just 2 minutes to go now, so there'll be 2 more laps.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but maybe, yeah, as you said, 2 minutes left. Stay in the slipstream of Junkie Sport and get back into P3.
Switchback is looking good now. He's clear of Aaron, who's got a 0.6 penalty. So just has to hold on for the last couple of laps, and he'll be good for the race win.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron just got pole, got the extra point for that, but it's crucial throughout the races that Switchback is coming out on top of or ahead of Aaron.
Yeah, the reverse grid and even reverse top 7 is going to be pretty tricky tonight. We're going to be stuck in the pack.
So it seems like everyone's basically settled for the moment.
Tell you what, the top 2 might squeak in one more lap after this, possibly.
Yeah, just 1 minute left now. Switchback already heading into sector 2. Let's find out. The gap is 1 second between Switchback and Aaron, but Aaron carrying a penalty, and then quite a huge gap there to P3.
Oh, there goes Houdini's Wi-Fi. He is round on the straight. Kusha must have been coming out. Must have been coming a little bit hot out of turn 1. I'm not really sure what happened to him, but he's down to 8th place. That's got to promote Nobby Norris to that all-important 7th.
That's right, yeah. Go on, Nobby.
Oh, it's a massive drift. Nobody wants 7th place.
No,
Nobody
come on.
wants it.
I just
somehow he's held that. That was almost T. Smith drift proportions.
Yeah,
that was.
I'll turn away the camera from him, so I don't want to jinx him. Wow, that was very Tokyo-esque.
Here comes Switchback round the final corner. He's a little bit wide. He's going to make it, but are they going to come round for another lap?
Yeah, he's actually, yeah.
One more lap, and Aaron's in slipstream range. He's still got that penalty, but he is in slipstream range, so he's going to be catching him by the end of the first race. So, this is
so yeah, keep an eye on that. Chunky Sport just finishing in P3, so solid job from him. Devil's Nightmare also a very good job.
bad luck, Devils. He had that podium.
Oh, Aaron and switchback, changing lead.
Aaron needs to get rid of that penalty. I don't know where he's going to do it. He's just going to have to try and pull out the gap, I think. Switchback's had an absolute mare around that, but he was half a second back, but he's got a really good run out again. He just needs to stay behind Aaron, to be honest. He doesn't need to try anything silly. Aaron has nowhere to get rid of that penalty around here.
Yeah, just need to stay under 1 second behind Aaron or in the slipstream basically, so that will be an easy race win for Switchback. Don't go for a move into the last right-hander. Just stay behind Aaron as close as possible.
Is there any way he's just going to have to go full throttle, well not full throttle, but as full as he can through the chicane, try and pull a bit of a gap. Oh, Switchback!
Oh, Switchback, what are you doing? Come on, just keep your head down.
Oh, he's held it. He's just about held it. Can Aaron kill it on the line, though? He's got 7/10. Can he kill it on the line? Oh, no, he didn't make it. Didn't
I mean, the time
right.
was there. It was like 7/10, but
couldn't quite.
Still, wow, that was very close there in the end. So Switchback gets the race win for race 1.
Lee Cole in the chat saying, "Get Nobby in goal. What a save!"
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good stuff.
Save of the week.
So let me quickly save the race replay and then go through the final standings. I think we'll miss quite a lot of guys because there was still a battle for the race win. So Switchback just won the first race ahead of Aaron. Junkie Sport snatches away the last podium spot. Devil's Nightmare in P4, Som in P5, then Jonesy in P6, Nobby Norris in P7, which means he will start on pole for the second race of the evening. And then
bit of bad luck for Wesker at the end. He ended up off the track a couple of times, just finished in 12th, but still 2 races to go.
Yeah, still a solid job, and then there will always be a reverse crit race, so see how he's improving throughout the night. As we are waiting for the second race to start, yeah, Mikey finished in P8 ahead of Dean's Wi-Fi. I think Mikey will be gutted with himself. He had a very good qualifying session, but could have finished a lot higher there. Nexus Cats in P10, Gravity P11, and Wesker, as mentioned, in P12. But still, I think he was just like 1 or 2 seconds behind Gravity there. So still great effort from him on his debut. Just waiting for everyone to get back into the car so Aaron can customize or make the custom grid. So, are there any questions in the chat? Feel free to drop any questions you like. Maybe your podium or race win predictions for the next coming races. Would be very appreciated, and don't forget to like the stream. Would be very helpful for the community.
Wesker in the race chat saying some drivers have illegal engines. No, Wesker, you've just picked the Mitsubishi, which is very, very slow in a straight line. I know from experience.
How do you get along on with practice here around Goodwood so far?
Not too bad actually, because although it is slow in a straight line, you can throw it around the corners, the Evo, so it does well, particularly around the last chicane. If you get it right, you can really sort of just chuck it in there. So I'm not doing too bad, although I'm not at 12.9 territory.
12.9?
No, I'm not doing 12.9.
Ah, okay. I was about to say, well, Jesus Christ, how can I manage to gain another 4 tenths?
No one's doing 12. Well, nearly no one's doing 12.9.
I mean, if I can pull out something like a 13.5, I would be very happy.
It's got to be better than last week, so yeah.
That's maybe the only advantage I have around Goodwood in the Hyundai is the straight line speed. But other than that, yeah, there are not too many corners, not too many braking zones here, but it's still quite handy with the car getting around here.
Yeah, that's where we would have seen. We could have not to rub it anymore, but we could have seen Mikey get a chance to break away if he had been on pole, because out front in that Hyundai, as you can see from the first race, nobody is working together to catch up with people ahead of them.
That's right.
Everyone's just going for the overtakes wherever possible. So,
which surprises me actually. I was thinking, people are more working together staying in the toe of each other and not going for the move whenever it's possible. But let's see, maybe they have learned from the first race and will go on better in the second race now. So here's your leader, Nobby Norris starting from pole. Jonesy in P2, Som, Devil's Nightmare, Chunky Sport, Aaron, Switchback, Mikey, Houdini's Wi-Fi, Nexus Cats, Wesker, and I think...
We've lost gravity.
Yeah, there's gravity missing. Not too sure
Something's
if we
come
are
up. Something's come up apparently.
Let's see if everyone is about to restart. For the moment we are just going for the race. Nobby Norris gets off the line quite quickly. But Jonesy gets a little bit of a tap from some...
Is that Zom round?
Yeah. So I'm not too sure what happened because I think Som gave Jonesy kind of a tap from behind and then found himself spinning around. Aaron and Switchback already in P2 and P3 respectively.
Right, it is Jonesy's job now to prevent this becoming an absolute Aaron and Switchback whitewash. Good luck, Jonesy.
Good luck. Yesterday in the F1 stream I was dropping a comment that we are expecting to see the first race win of Jonesy tonight. Switchback wide on the grass.
He's gone. He's out of here.
And he's absolutely gone, yeah. So it will be a very hard task now for Switchback to get back into the pack again. Aaron and Jonesy for the lead. Now let's see if Jonesy has the widest Ford Mustang ever possible.
It's not a narrow car, let's put it that way.
So I'm not too sure what's the matter with gravity, but for the moment we are going on. Chunky Sport in P3, Mikey exchanging places here with Nobby Norris for P4.
If there's ever a time for that to happen, Switchback, it's the first lap. So as we saw from race 1, lots of offs, lots of little mistakes. He's only 13 seconds off the lead, so he's still got a chance for a decent result here.
And the pole sitter for the second race found himself on the grass into turn 1 and now in P10. So that's unfortunate for Nobby Norris.
Yeah.
But let's see, Jonesy is still in the lead.
These three out in front at the minute.
Oh, very wide. And now Aaron and Jonesy straight line battle here onto the back straight. I think the Mustang has a little bit more high speed or top speed advantage. And while they are battling for the lead, this gives Chunky Sport a chance to close in the gap. Oh, Jonesy very wide onto the grass. And that gives Aaron the advantage to take away P1. He's also on the grass. So nobody wants to lead this race. Aaron giving even Jonesy a little bit of a nudge there. Interesting. DN's Wi-Fi in P4 battling here with Nexus Cats and Wesker. Let's see if he can stay in the pack of those guys. Mikey in P7, Som in P8, Devil's Nightmare in P9. Switchback after here this moment, and Nobby Norris must have had another moment, so he's now in P11 on the backfield. And all of a sudden Chunky Sport is leading race. I don't know what happened there. Totally missed that.
A bit of a gap as well.
Yeah. And also with the nice GT Sport tribute. He was, I think a couple of weeks ago he was asking for some livery ideas he could create. I was going for, let's make something like of a GT Sport tribute because of the new game about to be released in 4 weeks' time.
Not long now, unless it gets delayed again.
Can't wait for that.
Got it pre-ordered. Now let's see if Aaron brings his GT1 chops down to GT2. Is he going to help Jonesy along, or is he just going to go for the overtake?
Let's see. I mean, the gap between Chunky Sport and Jonesy 1.1 seconds. Let's see if Aaron is staying in the rear and gives Jonesy kind of a bump.
Yeah, not making any silly moves yet. Alright.
Further down
Oh
we
wait,
have
here he goes.
Okay, so Aaron couldn't wait any longer. Further down I was going to say there's a battle for P5 between Som, Wesker and Nexus Cats. Nexus Cats and Wesker side by side coming out of the right-hander. Going into Woodcote. Nexus Cats is giving Wesker a push down the straight, so they will close the gap to Som again. So Nexus Cats obviously has learned a little bit from the last race.
I don't know, he's just attempted to throw it down the inside, so I think he just had nowhere to go.
Oh, and Som into the barrier.
Zom again. It's just one too many mistakes from Zom in this race. He's struggling.
Yeah.
He's going to get passed here by Mikey. Devil's Nightmare not having such a good race this time, down to 9th.
Yeah, but he's still in the pack, battling here for P8 with Som. And Switchback closing the gap. Now it's just 3.2 seconds. Maybe you can find himself in the top 8, top 7 position in the end. Still under 50 minutes left, so a lot of points to grab. Just needs to hope that Aaron won't get too many points.
Bit of a drift from Jonesy around that corner. That's going to give Aaron a chance to get alongside him, maybe. Although he's not going to have a lot of top speed in that Subaru, so yeah, he's just tucked him behind again. Wesker coming under pressure from Mikey for 6th.
Yeah, there is almost free wide into the
John's
right hander. Mikey is
there goes
wide.
Mikey. There he goes. Not sure whether he got a touch there or just veered off on his own. Look where Switchback is already.
Oh, and Mikey into the barrier again, so he's just losing it. But yeah, that was never going to work, free wide into the right-hander.
Nope.
But very solid job from Wesker at the moment, staying in P6, battling here with Nexus Cats and Som.
Aaron's still sticking to the rear bumper of Jones here. Oh, there's a massive wiggle.
Yeah, just caught that on camera.
I was about to say, they're not really closing the gap to Junkie Sport, and you can see why. Junkie Sport's not going hugely fast, but he's just being consistent at the minute.
Yeah, and
it might be enough.
Yeah, and as long as Aaron and Jonesy are battling here for P2, the gap between Aaron and Houdini's Wi-Fi is coming down, so he's about to join the party. Put it on. Nexus Cat could make himself quite of a gap now between himself and Wesker. And Som going for the move on the inside. Was a little bit too ambitious, I would say, but still. Oh, and Devil's Nightmare struggling. Almost lost the back end there.
Aaron now taking a look. Maybe. No, he's backed out again. Like, he's not willing to make too risky a move. They're losing time to Junkie Sport as it is. I don't know whether at this point Jones is holding him up a bit.
Yeah, the gap is 2.4 seconds now. The gap is increasing, so doesn't seem like Aaron and Jonesy are working together quite well.
Jones is driving alright, he's just had a couple of sort of drifts in that Mustang out of 1 or 2 corners, and it's costing him time wise. Yeah. They're in the 115s, whereas Junkie Sport is in the 114s, so yeah, and again, at the rear end of that Mustang is just kicking out. I think it might be time for Aaron to try and get past.
I'm not too sure. I think Aaron is more like in the position now. He's staying behind Jonesy, waiting for maybe a slightly bigger error from Jonesy ahead of him.
Yeah, could do.
But it's also not looking like he's about to work together or giving Jonesy a bump down the straight to get back to or to close the gap to Junkie Sport ahead of them.
And in the meantime, Switchback is only about 7 or 8 seconds back from those two. He's now looking for a way past Devil's Nightmare to take 7th place. He's not hanging about.
Yeah, he's keeping it interesting. Devil's Nightmare and Switchback side by side, heading into turn 1, so Switchback in P7.
So a 1:13.8 and a 1:14.1 from Switchback in the last 2 laps. That is gaining him over a second a lap on Aaron and Jonesy. So if he keeps that up, he will catch them by the end of the race.
That's right, yeah. Oh, but here, Jonesy and Aaron still battling. Now Houdin's Wi-Fi joined the party. It's a freeway battle here for P2 now. And Junkie Sport just, yeah, leading the race.
This is just music to Junkie Sport's ears at the minute.
Absolutely perfect for him. He's looking into mirror and can't see anyone for the next 4.2 seconds. So let's see, Houdin's Wi-Fi now even passed Aaron. And also past Jonesy, so yeah.
Oh, that's how you do. Oh! He was close
not
to
how you
pulling
do
that
it.
off. He was close to pulling that off.
Many
Somehow.
Tokyo Twisk-esque style we've seen tonight from Nobby Norris and Houdin's Wi-Fi as well. Yeah, nobody wants to take P2 for the moment.
Oh, Mikey. He's backwards into the wall on the penultimate corner. It's not been a good race for Mikey.
It's a shame. It's
Promotes
not a good
Nobby
evening
Norris
for
to 10th.
Mikey.
Not so far, but still going to be a race to go. So, and he looks like he might be on pole for it. So we will see.
Oh, Jonesy wide onto the grass, and that's it. Unfortunate.
there we
Almost
go.
touches
Ooh.
Aaron there, coming out of into the left-hander again. That's unfortunate. Look, he was
Just a
looking so
lot.
good.
I mean, second place will be good enough for Aaron at this point, to be honest, but he will want the win, and it's at least 6 seconds to Junkie Sport. It's a long way.
Yeah, that's a hard task to accomplish, like in under 9 minutes now.
Yeah, Junkie Sport doing very consistent sort of mid 114s, so yeah, it's not looking likely, but I think Aaron will be content with second.
I mean, if Aaron can make like qualifying laps, lap after lap, should be working.
Yeah, maybe.
If he's doing like 13.8s throughout the next 6 laps, yeah, let's see.
Switchback is doing his level best to get past Nexus Cats in order to take 5th place.
Yeah, side with the comment, Mikey going for the reverse grid pole strategy. Totally intentional.
It's a bold strategy.
Dean's Wi-Fi now going for the move into P3 and is ahead of Jonesy. But let's see if Jonesy can stick around with Houdin's Wi-Fi, who just went wide himself and... Wow, very nice. Exploring the grass on around the outside here on the left-hander. So Jonesy back into a podium spot. And look at that, switchback, P5, just 2.6 seconds behind P4 now.
If he could reduce the deficit in this race to Aaron to 1 or 2 points, he will be delighted after his off.
Absolutely, yeah. If he can, chase down Houdin's Wi-Fi or Jonesy even, that would be a very good damage limitation for second race.
Still got Nexus Cats to deal with, mind. He's not going away.
Storm in P7, David's Nightmare in P8, Wesker in P9 after he's had a quite good first half of the race, battling for P6, finds himself in the barrier now. This gives Nobby Norris the chance to get back into P9. And Mikey in the grass again.
And here comes the Lexus of Houdini's Wi-Fi. Is he going to make a move into the left-hander? No. He's okay.
No. No, maybe around the outside? No. Yeah, Jonesy is just the widest car possible at the moment. Putting the car in every place he can to defend from Houdin's Wi-Fi. He wants to get the last podium spot.
He's had to do a lot of defending in this race, is Jonesy.
Absolutely, now defending the inside for the next right-hander. I think the Lexus and the Ford are fairly even when it comes to straight line speed.
The gap at the front is not coming down. If anything, Junkie Sport's getting faster.
Yeah. And Houdin's Wi-Fi into the wall, and now switchback just too close.
Oh. And said that, 1:13.7 from Aaron. He's gonna have to do that pretty much every lap though, if he wants to catch.
Yeah, and switchback couldn't take advantage out of Houdin's Wi-Fi mistake, going into the barrier. Still behind P4. And now also Katz is joining the party. But if Switchback somehow manages to finish in P4 or P3 even, would be a very good job from him after he had his mistake in the, I think it was the first or second lap of the race, where he completely went off. Sticks his nose into the right-hander, side by side. Switchback has a better exit, and now finds himself ahead of Houdini's Wi-Fi.
Nice move, but it's just not going to give him the advantage down the straight, however. Back comes Houdini's Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Going for the inside for the right-hander.
That Subaru just not suited to the long straights. He's going to try and stick it around the outside though. He's wide. At least 2 wheels on the grass.
Yeah, that's the advantage of a 4-wheel drive. You can slightly be off track and still somehow manage to keep the car on track.
If that was Mikey in his Hyundai, he would have been killing some spectators by now.
And the gap between Junkie Sport and Aaron even increased. Now it's 8.4 seconds, so I think Aaron must have made a mistake somewhere. He, his last lap is a 16.0, so he lost like 2.5 seconds almost.
I'll give Jonesy a bit of hope.
Yeah, going for another podium. After his maiden podium in Brands Hatch, I think it was. Or no, what was the race last week we had?
Sardinia.
Ah, yeah, it's Sardinia. Completely mixed that.
It's best we all forget about Sardinia.
Yeah. And I can't wait for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, Switchback! Come on, what are you doing?
Oh, he's blown it.
Absolutely blown it, yeah. Maybe a little bit too ambitious and too nervous. Seeing that spicy top 3.
Nexus Cats is off as well. Just getting going again, and Nobby Norris coming up fast behind him. So it could make an interesting little battle for 8th, 9th and 10th in the final laps.
Yeah, and Wesker just 1 second behind. So he's also about to join the party here. And Mikey in a lonely P11, exploring the scenic routes around Goodwood.
Jonesy's made a mistake somewhere. He's Houdini's Wi-Fi right back onto the back of him. Yep. 1:16.2 last lap for Jonesy. So nobody able to just hold a consistent pace at the minute, with the exception of the man at the front who's just going faster and faster at the minute, dipping under 1:14 on his last lap Junkie Sport.
So good evening, Cartman in the chat. Nice to see you.
Evening, Cartman.
And I was just going to say, even though it's just a 20-minute race, yeah, the more laps they are doing, the more concentration is lost. Slightly, or yeah, some stupid errors, maybe mistakes made that shouldn't be made. Jonesy now under pressure from Houdini's Wi-Fi, still trying to defend everything he's got for P3.
It's all right to do laps around here. You can jump in the car by yourself, do laps and get it fairly consistent, but trying to race around here is just so difficult, and it's not. I think we've seen the first few weeks of GT1 have been really good. We've not seen a lot of accidents. We've seen a lot of good racing. Not seen that many people off the track. It's all gonna come crashing down tomorrow.
Yeah, I think when I was doing the contact between Houdini's Wi-Fi and Jonesy, and still Jonesy in P3. Yeah, I was just going to say, when I made the race message for earlier this morning, went through the Wikipedia page from Goodwood, and I think the layout hasn't changed since 1948. They just added the chicane throughout the years, and yeah, it's just an old school racing track. As you can see, plenty of grass and runoffs around, but not kind of until a FIA grade-like track. So
Lee in the chat saying he's going to make himself a Flymo livery for tomorrow. I think if everybody in GT1 can find the time tomorrow to make themselves a lawnmower-based livery, Aaron's off.
Oh, and Jonesy also off. Oh, yeah.
If everyone in GT1 get themselves a lawnmower livery for tomorrow, that would be much appreciated.
A John Deere livery or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but still somehow Jonesy, even though he was off quite a bit.
Oh no! That wasn't like where Nexus Cats just went too wide into the chicane, and somehow they both made it through. I don't know how.
So battle for P7.
7, yeah.
Yeah. And then Nobby Norris behind. just taking a sniff. Maybe he can catch P8 or P7 in the dying stages of the race. Mikey in the grass again. And Chunky Sport comfortably leading the pack 10 seconds ahead of Aaron. Then another big
Just
gap
have to see this out now, Chunky Sport. You have to probably advise him just to slow down before the line, just so he doesn't have to do another lap. He might want a victory lap though, let's see. Here he comes.
I mean, we've seen we've seen some very good performances from Chunky Sport throughout the whole season. Solid,
I think he did slow down. I think he did slow down there so he could get the win.
Yeah. But it's a very wise move to do so, don't go for another lap and jinx it. And Aaron finishing in P2, and now who's going for the last podium spot? It's very tight between Jonesy and Houdini's Wi-Fi, but I think Jonesy has it. Another podium for Jonesy. Houdini's Wi-Fi, Som in P5, switchback. Could have been P4 maybe, P3 even, but he lost it, so you have to say just P6.
Really good defensive effort from Jonesy to get the podium there.
So a solid race again from David's Nightmare, coming home in P7 ahead of Nexus Cats, Nobby Norris in P9. Wesker finishing in P10, and we are just waiting another 2 minutes or so for just Mikey. As he is heading very cautiously around the chicane. And there he is, weaving down the straight. And now he finished. So yeah, quite an eventful second race. This was very surprising for me to see that Aaron couldn't get the win.
Yeah, but time. great effort from Chunky Sport. That is his first win of the season.
Yeah, absolutely deserved it.
And with him being a third in the championship already, it's
given a very nice boost in the standings.
Yeah.
So then, let me just check the results again. Yeah, Chunky Sports won the race ahead of Aaron, Jonesy. Another good podium after Sardinia. And a very good team result for Chunky Sport and Houdini's Wi-Fi, finishing in P4.
Yeah.
Storm in P5, Switchback in P6, David's Nightmare in P7, Cats in P8, Nobby Norris in P9. Wesker now about to start in P2 for the third race of the evening.
Chunky Sport got too excited. He needs to go for a pee.
The old man couldn't stick for another 20 minutes.
Cool.
So, but should be a fairly quickly job done. Don't forget to wash your hands, Carl. And
I'll tell you what.
Still very impressive stuff from Jonesy again. I was going for a race win for him tonight, but yeah, let's see now. Maybe in the third race, reverse crit. It's a very white Mustang.
I'm just doing some googling for tomorrow. Hyundai makes some absolutely pimping lawnmowers. Look it up if you're in the chat. It's an absolute beast.
Where is it? I'm just hoping not to finish in the, or end myself into the barrier. Or going wide onto the grass. Alrighty. So yeah, now that we are heading to the last race of the evening, put your predictions down into the chat. Who's about to win this race?
Please don't forget to like the stream as well.
Absolutely, that would be very helpful.
It's really is a difficult one to predict here, because there is a chance that one of the guys in the front row could just break away and have an easy ride of it, as we saw with Chunky Sport there.
Yeah, it was a very impressive race from Chunky Sport, very consistent lap times, also mentioned by Cartman in the chat. Katz is surprised with himself, with his pace. And now he jinxing himself, he's about to do a humongous bottle, so let's see, watch out for that. Is anyone going for a lap? Yeah, Som is just Now on his third livery into the third race of the evening. And Lee, hashtag no Ponderino, please, Jimmer.
We'll see. There was a bit of pushing and shoving around turn 1 in the last race, so hopefully we see everyone around it safely this time.
Yeah, but I can't remember any major incidents between some of the guys,
No.
so just basically everybody jinxing it or pinning it on himself. No major incidents or contact between the drivers itself. So another fairly race, a lot of respect given each other, unlike GT1 Sardinia last week.
Ooh.
With kind of,
hard,
I don't know, like
harboring a grudge.
60,000 reports coming in.
It wasn't the best.
Yeah, but also like Aaron mentioned, it wasn't like major incidents, but yeah, just the slightest taps. Maybe some drivers a little bit going too ambitious into the corners.
It was a difficult track last week. It really was. This track is not. It's not a difficult track. It's just easy to, once you make a little error, that's it. Oh, and see, Junkie Sports emptied his grass bag, so we are ready to go.
Just read a message back, emptied, yeah. Driving from his retirement home. Nanny has empty his bag, so well done.
I'm not gonna say anything. It's my birthday next week. I'm not that far away.
Okay, no, you don't want to get some, yeah, not so nice messages from Junkie Sport. It's all right.
It's just because I'm nearly there myself. That's all.
So now we are about to start the third race of the evening. And reverse grid always provides some exciting racing. Let's see how it's unfolding. And here's your race leader going from pole, just Mikey ahead of Wesker, Nobby Norris, Nexus Cat, Devil's Nightmare, Switchback Tom, Houdini's Wi-Fi, Jonesy, Aaron and Junkie Sport starting from the back of the field.
Right. Come on, Mikey. Good performance.
Now is your time to shine, Mikey, yeah.
Get away in that Hyundai.
I'm curious to find out how Wesker is getting off the line in the Mitsubishi.
It's not great. It's not great.
Fairly good, I must say, yeah. Still very good. Mikey leading the pack. Wesker's going side by side with Nobby Norris.
He's got the inside line. Nobby does well there, giving him room. Is he going to stay on the track though? He is.
Yeah, and his Cat's behind now, giving Wesker a bump down the straight.
Good first corner. Everyone's safely through this time. Wesker and Nobby are side by side still. This could be interesting. Coming into turn 2 and 3. There goes Nexus Cats and Nobby. Nobby's going to come back on. Is he going to contact anyone? No, he's gone straight through it off the other side.
Oh, there's another guy off.
Where's he going?
Switchback. Switchback lost it again. And some going for P2 now.
So Wesker still held it in there. He's dropped to P4, but he's still in with the pack. Devil's made it up to P3. Zoman 2, and Mikey has got a 1.3 second lead.
Yeah.
And this is the opportunity for him.
And now that's the key for Wesker to shine, maybe to stay in the pack. Don't make any mistakes, and yeah, focus yourself. Oh, Jonesy, very sideways again. But held it somehow.
Full on drift through the chicane from Jonesy.
And Switchback's biggest hope is now that Aaron couldn't make too much moves in the first lap. He's still in P6.
Yep, Switchback still only 2 places behind Aaron, so not too bad.
So then here it is, Mikey leading the packs, 1.7 seconds now. Som and Hoodie's Wi-Fi giving it hard battle here for P2. Oh, and Hoodie's Wi-Fi sideways into the grass. Yeah, and that's it. And Aaron already in P3 again.
He's not hung about getting it back on track though. So Houdini's Wi-Fi, he's just in time to block everybody off coming through the right-hander. It's giving trouble to Jonesy, and Jonesy is right on the edge. You do not want to go off there.
Everyone's
Very
going
close.
for it now.
There's going to be like 4 wide into this corner.
And Switchback must be fuming to see Aaron is already in P3 again and himself just in P9 with everybody
Devil's
ahead of
Nightmare
him.
with a massive slide.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, and someone's in the wall. It's Wesker. Wesker's in the barriers. He can't get out. Oh no, this is horrendous. He had to go through the barriers. Oh no, poor Wesker.
But still, going with the pack.
I don't know what happened to him, but he just ended up stuck in the barriers at the chicane. Usually it resets you when you go in there, but the game was just like, nope.
Oh,
You're gonna have to get out there yourself.
Wide again, so I'm not sure if there was like contact.
Right. This is very spread out at the front now. It's been chaotic second lap. Mikey has a 2.3 second gap to Aaron, and then Zom behind him. So as we saw in race 2, if you end up out in front, you don't have to do anything spectacular.
Yeah.
You just have to put in consistent lap times of the sort that Mikey did on lap 2, your sort of mid-14s. That's all that Junkie Sport did.
Absolutely, quite of chaotic first couple of laps, but now let's see, the race has calmed down a little bit. Major thing now for Switchback is to catch back up to Junkie Sport and Jonesy ahead of him.
Aaron going wide out of the chicane, that's given Mikey an extra second nearly. It won't help Mikey's confidence that it's Aaron, but you will see Aaron behind him in his mirror rather than anyone else, because he knows that Aaron's got the pace to catch him.
Absolutely, yeah.
But, you know, like I said, all he has to do is keep going.
Yeah, I mean, still Mikey has shown a very good pace in qualifying, so if he just keeps his head down and keeps the car on the black stuff and put him some consistent lap times, he still will be in the lead and about to win the race. I mean, if Aaron is putting up 2 good lap times in, some behind 1.2 seconds, and then a little bit bigger gap to Junkie Sport, solid P4 again. Jonesy P5 just under pressure from Switchback now on the back straight. Robino is in P7, Houdini's Wi-Fi in P8, Nix's Cats in P9, Wesker after he had his moment into the chicane in P10 and Devil's Nightmare in P11. The gap is coming down slightly. I think Aaron just gained 4/10 in the last sector. And some won't let loose, so still in a very comfortable P3.
Jonesy once again on the defensive. He's got Switchback trying to get past him for P5. Switchback has got the inside line down the first straight, but that Subaru is not quite as quick in a straight line, or was a big bump.
Yeah.
Jonesy returns the favour, and somehow they both make it through cleanly.
Jonesy having none of it, so, but yeah, I think it was just that Switchback over the curb unsettled the car a bit and went wide into the car of Jonesy, but nothing too major of an issue there. So now Switchback back in P5, 2.2 seconds is the gap to Junkie Sport. Still a lot of time left to close the gap.
He's still in this race. It's just been, I'd say, just one too many errors from Switchback tonight. For a guy, no more than most of the others, but for a guy who's gunning for the title, maybe just one too many. But he's still got a chance. He's only 6.5 seconds off the lead, so definitely still in with a chance here.
Yeah, and Junkie Sports, again, very impressive stuff, going for the fastest lap here, 13.9. Putting him some solid lap times that helps him to get into the slipstream of some, and now passes him.
That Renault's got no chance against the Lexus down the straight.
And now
the Renault is a fantastic sort of handling car, but it just hasn't got any pace.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Yeah, pre-season testing I was trying out the Renault. Liked it around the corner, but on the straight, it's just I don't know, like 5 or 10 kph down even.
Yeah, I was very tempted by the Renault just to absolutely blitz everyone at Brands Hatch, but
Yeah, but
yeah,
it's
couldn't go
basically the
for it at
only
end.
track.
Yeah.
No chance on the other tracks.
Look out for Zorn in the final race of the season. That's all I'll say.
So
Oh,
there's...
Mikey, what's happened?
yeah, you lost the lead, totally missed that.
Just flick back and Aaron was in the lead.
Talking about Renaults a little bit too much, totally missed Aaron
Oh,
and Mikey
one-
exchanging lead, so yeah.
117 from Mikey last lap. He was either off at the penultimate corner or he hit the chicane.
Yeah.
102. That's a shame. That's going to give Aaron's away now.
But still, I mean, the gap to Chunky Sport, who's doing very good lap times at the moment. But
Yep.
if he can keep, yeah, the pace, if just Mikey won't make another mistake, still a podium to grab. After he has had a first or second race wasn't quite a good event for him. Rounding off the race tonight with a podium would be very delightful for him.
He's already up into third as Junkie Sport. He's got the hang of this track.
Pagani in the chat. I'm scared for tomorrow. I think everyone is.
Yes.
We're all scared.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're all scared.
I'm just scared for the last chicane, and I'm struggling with turn 1, going too
No,
wide there.
I'm scared for all of it.
I mean, it's not a long lap, but it's a very tricky lap, so let's see how it's turning out tomorrow. Switchback now in the slipstream of Storm ahead of him. Going for P4 or maybe P3 even. Just under 11 minutes left in this race.
It is a strange track. I think it's just 'cause it's so narrow. I think it's honestly the runoffs are terrible, but it's just such a narrow sort of. You look at it on the map in the top corner, it's sort of misshapen pancake of a track, and you think, oh, that'll be alright, but no, it's just awful. I do enjoy a race at Goodwood though. It is great fun.
I'm not too sure. We lost another driver as we are just down to 10
who
guys.
needs Wi-Fi?
Oh,
I'm just off the track there, and he's struggling to get the grip back around the right-hander. Is he going to hold it? He's close. He's close. He's held it. Oh,
somehow.
just. But that's going to give Jonesy a chance all the way down the straight. He's gaining. He's in slipstream. Here he comes.
Here's Wi-Fi defending from the inside. No, going for the outside again. And now
Gonna let him make the move. Jonesy braking late. Oh, nicely done.
good stuff
Great
from Jonesy
move.
again.
Great
Oh,
move from
switch back into
Jonesy.
the barrier. Just caught that on camera. Mikey must have made a mistake again. He's dropped down to P4. Come on, Mikey.
Junkie Sport set his fastest lap of the race, and he is off in pursuit of Aaron.
The gap is 3.5 seconds for the moment, yeah.
7/10 gained on that lap for Junkie Sport though, so he's got a chance if he can keep that up. He's
very
really going to have
impressive
to
stuff
push
from
though.
Chunky Sport tonight. He's doing very good, consistent good lap times, very quick around here.
Throwing it into those corners.
Absolutely, the Lexus loving the layout, obviously. Unlike his teammate. But still, yeah, okay. Let's keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, Jonesy, I think... no, Switchback has made another mistake. He's dropping down to P9.
Oh no, there he goes. Oh, that is massive for the championship. It really is.
Yeah. And now it's just 4 weeks left, so every point counts.
Oh, that is not good news at all. Oh, I mean, it's fact. We're not being anti-Aaron here. Well, we are, but
Yeah, I mean, it's also not the end of the world, but still, 4 weeks left. There's a yellow flag coming ahead. Who's into the barrier again?
It's Jonesy.
Jonesy round
he's been,
into the wall.
He's been really consistent tonight. He's been really good. He looked like he nearly ended up in the pits.
I think somebody mentioned it in the stream, or
Yeah,
in
it was
the Discord, just
nearly
before the
nearly
race.
did a goy.
I was totally missing who did that actually. Yeah, it was Goy, but it was... I can't remember the season. Season 10.
Oh yeah, I don't know. The video's gone from YouTube. I was so gutted. Goy, if you're listening, put it back up, mate, because it's the best thing. One of the best. I mean, we will no doubt towards the end of this season we'll be going through our favourite GT Sport moments, and that is absolutely up there.
It's one of them, yeah, surely. Oh, Mikey is into the grass again.
Oh, no. He's okay, just about.
Come on. Yeah, Nexus Cat's closing in. The gap was like 5 seconds. Now it's coming down to under. Yeah, it's just 7 tenths, 6 tenths, 4 tenths.
Is he gonna have the speed to make a move into the corner? He's gonna go for it. He's made it. He made it before the corner, in fact.
Yeah. And let's see if Nobby Norris also can take advantage
Oh,
side by side
Nobby!
into the chicane. Was come on,
Got it.
back behind,
Just
also in the
time.
grass into the barrier. Oh.
Score going wrong for switchback. Oh.
He's not enjoying tonight.
No. Jonesy as well. It's not been his race. He's had a good night overall, but yeah, this race would have soured it for him a little.
Yeah, Jonesy also under pressure from Wesker now. And I'm still trying to find out who we lost in this race. We are just down to 10 guys.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, we've missed some, haven't we?
Gravity, we were missing Gravity since the second race of the evening. Who's missing?
Oh, this is bad, isn't it?
Can't even remember who's driving in GT2, man. Come on. Who is it? Who are we missing?
Hang on, I'll figure it out. Give me a second, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, just rewinding the stream a little bit.
We're missing Devil's Nightmare.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
I don't know what's happened there. But...
We are missing the red BMW. That's right, yeah. Yeah, I'm just turning too old.
I mean, after Jones's accident, that sort of brought Wesker back into it a bit. He's doing reasonably consistent lap times, but unfortunately for him, they're just consistent 1:16s. So he'll get back into it.
Let me quickly go on board with him. Yeah, that's right. I mean, 16.7, 15.6 is his fastest lap time for the moment. I mean, it's his first race of the evening. I mean, I think he hasn't done too much practice. He'll get there if he puts in
give it a couple more weeks.
Yeah, 1 or 2 weeks. I mean, it's the same story with Jonesy. He just joined GT Sport this season, and it took him like 2 weeks to get a podium.
Exactly, and these guys will get a bit of practice this season. They'll get competitive, and
absolutely,
if they want to be back next time, they'll be right in there for GT7. So.
Yeah, if Wesker's not doing like the same thing he did when we had the career mode like season, dropping out of the first week after the karting event we had, he'll get on fairly quickly, get up to speed fairly quickly.
Yeah. Junkie Sport is just giving Aaron something to think about. So the gap is down to 2.5 seconds.
Yeah.
With just under 5 minutes to go. So half second a lap is a lot to ask, but he might be able to put him under pressure towards the end of the race. We'll have to see.
So Jamie in the chat asking who is on comms with Unsafe then? It's SBY.
Hello.
Hello Jamie. Good to have you in the chat. Hope your question is now answered then.
I keep crashing. Oh, it's Devils. I keep crashing. My thumb got achy.
So JB is Devil's Nightmare. Okay, good to know.
Fair enough. But we don't like a rage quit, and we don't like a thumb cramp quit either. Yeah. Stick it out.
But if your thumb is hurting too much and you can't keep racing, I mean, I was racing with a burned hand last week, so it wasn't too much of a pleasure either. And so yeah, but still, somehow managed to finish in the top 10.
You know the saying: if your thumb is aching, get a wheel. That's what we like to say here in FTRL.
So then, Nobby Norris just had an exploring, or quite an off, was into the grass to give Nexus Cats a chance to snatch away P6. There he is, around the outside into the right-hander. And the battle for P6 now unfolding here between Cats, Nobby Norris, Jonesy joining the party, switchback after he had quite a bit off and off into the barrier again. And Wesker just trying to hang on. Gap between the leader, Aaron, and Junkie Sport still 2.5, 2.6 seconds. It's not coming down too quickly.
Yeah, he's pushing as hard as he possibly can, but when he's doing a 113.9, which is about as fast as he could probably go, and Aaron's doing a 113, got 1:14.0, so it's not going to be enough. It's up to Aaron to keep up the pace.
Yeah. So further down, the race has settled down a little bit. There's a huge gap between Zom and Junkie Sport. Houdini's Wi-Fi quite in a lonely P4 for the moment. Just Mikey after he had quite on an off or eventful evening. Hopefully we'll stick with P5 at least for the moment. But the closest battle we have on track so far between Cats for P6, Jonesy, Nobby Norris and Switchback. Now,
Carmen in the chat saying, enjoy battles with the USBY in the last 2 rounds. Hope tomorrow we can continue. Oh, thank you, mate. I hope you bin it on the first corner and leave me to it.
That would be the easiest way then.
That would be easy.
Let's see. I was just going to say we are just under 2 minutes from race end. If Switchback maybe can gain another 2 or 3 positions, but it will be a hard task for him.
Yeah, it's a big ask with 2 laps left.
Yeah, but somehow a little bit of a damage limitation then in the end.
Yeah.
To get P6 would be very lovely for him, but yeah, I mean still 4 weeks left, so everything can and will happen. Championship still not lost, and Aaron now under 3 seconds ahead of Junkie Sports. I think he's about to take another race win.
Junkie is now drifting into corners trying to make up some time, but it's just costing him time.
Yep.
He's going to need a mistake. Aaron set 1:13.7, which I think is probably the fastest lap we've seen all night, so he's going to need a mistake from Aaron now.
And I think Houdini's Wi-Fi is closing the gap to Somvar, or Somlar.
Yeah, he is.
Just under 1.2 seconds, 1 second even now.
Has got a penalty to get rid of those Houdini's Wi-Fi, so that's going to cause him an issue. Switchback is trying everything he can, but he's back down to 9th. I thought he got ahead of Nobby Norris briefly, but he's back down there now.
The battle for P6 has calmed down a little bit now. Everybody just made himself kind of a gap in between. Switchback now side by side here with Nobby Norris down the straight. 2 Subarus battling for P8.
He's got it done. He might have got it done a little bit early, to be honest.
Yeah, let's see. The race is about to end. I think Aaron is going for another lap. Yeah, should be. Could have slowed down even, and but he's going for another lap. So is Junkie Sport.
Junkie gets another lap as well, so it's not quite over yet.
But here's the first finisher for the night. Zom in P3, another good job from him.
Nice podium for Zom.
And also a very good job from Houdini's Wi-Fi.
Mikey's binning it just before the chicane, just trying his best not to hang on to 5th place, but he is going to make it.
Yeah, thankfully very cautious around the chicane.
That's a good final race result for Mikey.
Oh, who's been there in the background? Nobby Norris lost his car.
Oh, Nobby. What's Switchback doing? He's letting him take 8th place. I don't know what happened there.
There must have been contact.
Wesker nearly capitalised and he went past the both of them.
Almost, yeah.
This looks like a victory parade for Aaron now.
Yeah, so basically now that everybody finished, it's just between Aaron and Junkie Sport now. If Aaron can hold it around the couple last corner here into the last sector, chicane. Don't bin it. Yeah, looks fairly decent.
He's not hung about going through that chicane.
Yeah. But here's your
good win.
Race winner, Aaron, another win for tonight. Very good, impressive stuff from him. And
really,
I'm also very impressed by Junkie Sport's performance
really good
tonight.
night. Really good night of Junkie Sport. That will consolidate, well, not only consolidate 3rd place in the championship, it will do a lot of good towards catching him up with Switchback in 2nd.
Absolutely, yeah. And very well done, Aaron. Extends his championship lead. And that's it, basically. Just seen the message from Cats in the chat. My left hand hurts so much from all the right-handers, so... I'm not too sure if Cats is on a wheel. So yeah, but that's week 4 for the GT2 boys in the box, done and dusted. And yeah, just can highly recommend to tune in tomorrow 8 p.m. When the big boys GT1 are trying to negotiate Goodwood Motor Circuit with Aaron in the booth. I don't know if he's joined by anybody. Maybe
it's gonna be interesting.
Can't wait for that. If you
Must
leave
do
a
some
like,
practice.
yeah, me too now. So just getting in the lobby now. If you
See
guys
you in the
are
lobby.
watching the stream would leave a like, that would be very appreciated. If you want to get in touch with us, you can contact us on Twitter. Either it's underscore FTRL underscore or at FTRL Gran Turismo, our very new Twitter page. Always, yeah, nice to have some new guys around. And yeah, thank you, Sean, for helping me out tonight in the booth.
Absolutely, pleasure as always.
Pleasure,
Really
pleasure,
good race.
yeah.
Really good racing tonight.
Of course, and can't wait for tomorrow. And thank you for tuning in. Have a good night and stay healthy. Bye bye.